while I'm setting up. For the next parable story. I don't know how long I'm gonna make this one. We're just doing parables all day, okay? Like my shirt says, there is no class in the weight jungle. In the cognitive weight jungle, there is no weight class. And I'm proving it with my stories. Gotta get my props ready. Start with the orange passion fruit. Okay. We're going to talk about our next story. Since people seem to lack belief that spreading such a profound wave of understanding is possible, that violence and chaos no longer become relevant or chosen, I've decided to tell stories all day from things I've done lately. And in honor of that, I have my first two Yetis. This Yeti I got for my Christmas present, or my birthday present from my dad. That's why it has no inscriptions on it. And this was the Yeti that my ex-fiance Keegan left at my house. So it's kind of like our OG stories, right? Which, by the way, I mentioned this in a different video, but I ordered a different set of customized Yetis because they were having a sale again. And so I was like, you know what, it's time to get some new things, so let me do it. But we're gonna start this off with some Mango Tango, because I just restocked. I love Flying Embers, and Sprouts is where I usually go because they stock it. And they coincidentally have one close by to me, which I signed up for their rewards program when I went and started my LDS parable. That was a while ago, and I've been there multiple times since, but I've only earned 560 points since then. And so I don't know if Flying Embers are allowed on their rewards program. I don't understand why it wouldn't be, but I never earned points from it. Y'all, I've been stuck at 560 points ever since I did the LDS thing. That's the only time I've ever earned points. After that, I've earned 0. I'm at 0 still. Poodle doodle. And I brought it up to him. I'm like, y'all, why? I have so many documentations of like, why have I got no points? Should have made so many more points by now. But tomorrow, because after the gym, me and one of my friends, we're gonna hang out a little bit. We're also doing a girls' night or girls' day with some other friends. I'm so excited. I haven't hung out with females or really anyone in a hot minute. I guess no, I have, but I just love when like people I've known for a while and we end up hanging out together because it's just so much fun. You just gotta like have good vibes, good people, and I love hanging out with my gym folks. They're so much fun. But Flying Embers, I love Flying Embers. That's why I got the 3, because they have different variety. They're so good. They have probiotics, and if I was gonna tell stories all day, y'all, I want probiotics. So I went and restocked, and I got all the different flavors they have available for hard kombuchas. Plus, they make for good story props. Like Orange Peach Passion, right? Princess Peach. That's what this reminds me of. Orange Peach Passion. Oh wait, this is the wrong one. Orange Peach Passion is like a remix of Princess Peach with the color orange. Because orange is my favorite color and Princess Peach is the name of my new fish. And then this one's Mango Tango because it's just fun. Doing a little dance of cognition. Since apparently, again, it's too difficult for people to recognize what I'm trying to do, which is spread such a profound level or a profound wave of love across the totality of humanity that cognition literally shifts and we stop behaving like cavemen. And notice that I said we. I didn't say y'all. I said we. I included myself. Okay. Ugh. Turn it down. Where was I? So let me keep telling stories all day. And this is, I've decided since I was gonna do stories all day, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna turn into like drunk history. That's what I'm going for, those vibes. So that's why I bought these. I'm gonna start drinking now. And we'll just see how far I get with my storytelling. Isn't that fun? Everyone loves drunk history. So we are going to tell the story of how I scammed a scammer. Ugh! Me and we're friends. Because there was an update, there's a recent update. So I don't know how many videos I'll make, because I think people like these shorter episodes, because you can kind of tune in, you can get hooked, you can see if you want to continue on, and then you can end it out. So I'm thinking like 30 to 45 minutes. Those are the vibes I'm trying to go for. No longer than 60 minutes. Because at least, like the show 60 Minutes, that's a good reporting show. And it's actually one of the only ones that don't actually have a theme song. Because our opening theme music or whatever that everyone recognizes is a clock ticking. Isn't that fun? So, except I don't have, actually I made some videos that are smaller, shorter, from little whimsy things I've been doing throughout the day that are serving as my commercial break for Parable Party. This is the Parable Party. Or a Paradox Party. Do we see how perception works? I'm trying to make learning fun and engaging. So, because when you learn, when you're in a state of learning that's play or engaging like this, you don't realize how many neural connections you're growing and developing. And I want every human out there to get to a point where they can take a single thing, a single word, single concept, single meaning, single thing they see, and at least come up with 3 different ideas or ways to play with it, perspectives. Like, for instance, tree. Okay, there's a tree right there. A myrtle tree, I believe. Myrtle, so this, I'm gonna just ramble off here. This is what I want people to get to. A myrtle tree. When I see a tree, you can do so many things with it. Myrtle, for one, that reminds me of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, which is a different place. It's in the southern United States. Or the word tree itself. It has double E's, which reminds me of electrical engineering, which is STEM related, and electricity and the movement of electrons, which I would argue that science still doesn't understand how electricity actually works, because they argue between the flow of electrons, which is not, it's not a bad idea, but it's also not a good idea. It's like Schrodinger's cat. Okay, can we see how the creativity flows? Tree, also you can make the word tier, T, or baseball tee, or T-ball. Lowercase t, everyone likes to worship a cross, lowercase t, so that reminds me of that. Who coincidentally, right, Jesus was killed on a cross, which is made out of wood, which is made out of a tree. Can everyone perceive the different layers of how that could work? Okay, that is what you should be able to do with a single concept or idea. You can do it with anything. You can go anywhere with it. And if you can articulate that, you're getting to you're building those neural connections. That is proof to you that you are doing something that is available to the human species, yet they're unaware of how to get there. People in the future, and within my lifeline, within this lifetime, it's possible for people that have my level of cognition for it to occur and be demonstrated on a 5 or 6 year old. But it requires a lot of people, like 8.1 billion to be exact, to become aware of understanding and unite awareness with understanding. Capital A, capital U, AU. That coincidentally is a symbol for gold on the periodic table. Humans love gold. I wonder why. It's valuable. Awareness and understanding united is very valuable. Capital AU. That reminds me of a joke. Oh, it was something about gold. Like gold and oxygen walk into a bar. And the bartender says, "Hey, you, what are you doing in here?" That was as far as I got. It was something like that. Or Auburn University. I believe they have AU. Which I love Auburn more than Alabama. Oh, speaking of which. only because I like the color orange and tigers. When I was at Sprouts, I got this SEC football schedule. How cool is that? They have all the teams and the names playing there. So that's fun. There's Auburn, AU. Okay. Again, the purpose of this is to unite awareness with understanding, capital A, capital U. To become aware of your own subconscious, to be able to work and cognitively articulate yourself from a place that is currently defined as the subconscious. Okay. So in order to do that, I'm going to start with my parable about how I scammed a scammer. And what I mean by that is he became my friend. Man, we're buds. We text all the time and we have a new update. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm going to show you guys what I've done. Okay. So first off, this is what I was back when I was I off the HOA board at this time? I'm not even sure. Did I save the original emails? Ooh, let me look. Maybe I'll still need this tab. Anyways, essentially, so I got an email one time, and scam emails these days, guys, there's some good ones out there. Like, for instance, oh my gosh, we met back in May. It's been a hot minute. I have no idea when it occurred. Okay. Anyways, just like recently there was a cyber attack or something on, sorry, I'm looking at my email, so I'm multitasking. There's a cyber attack or something on Penn. They released it. I coincidentally got them. Like, someone hacked into the literal Penn server, and I thought it was like a really impressive scam email. Well, they had like there's like 6 or 7 emails that it generated, and I was so impressed by it. I was like, whoa, this person, whoever this person is, literally was able to hack their system, because the email addresses, because you look at the different nuances, the email addresses, things like that, that shows authenticity. So I thought someone was just really good at it. No, this person, whoever it was or whoever was responsible for this, literally was able to have access to their system. That's extraordinary. That is someone that is very good at understanding electronics and things like that. And I was just like, this is a good scammer, man. Whoever this is a good scammer. Like, they've got some talent. That is like a job interview. But then in the email they sent, sorry, I'm talking about scams, because to be quite frank, scam attempts is poor marketing, y'all. The amount of effort and the things that come about from scam emails like this, guys, do better. There's some good stuff out there, but people are also getting smarter. And you guys, if you're able to do something this extraordinary, you can utilize those talents to advance innovation and discovery in ways that man has never seen, humankind. Okay? This is what I mean by, like, companies need to get past, like, humanity needs to get past layers of, like, surface layer perception. Ugh, stop reacting primitively. Okay, so someone wrote this. Someone hacked the University of Pennsylvania, my alumni that I went to dental school with, that I love and cherish. Dear Penn community, the University of Pennsylvania is a dogshit elitist institution full of woke retards. We have terrible security practices and are completely unmeritocratic. We hire and admit morons because we love legacies, donors, and unqualified affirmative action admits. We love breaking federal laws like FERPA, all your data will be leaked, and Supreme Court rulings like SFFA, whatever that means. Please stop giving us money. Warm regards, University of Pennsylvania. Whoever this person was, right? Let's go past the surface layer. They're obviously someone that is younger. I would assume younger, because of the language they utilized. Because the term woke is not necessarily something that, what should I say? Older generations, certain populations and generations. This is a video for the FBI, whoever wants to hire this extraordinary person, okay? Let me look at you on scammers. This person is obviously someone that's youthful, more in a youthful state of existence, because the terminology they utilize shows a level of intelligence if it wasn't obvious by their actions, but also, excuse me, I keep burping because I'm drinking this, but it also shows that they're younger because of the word utilization they do. And they still obviously respect the University of Pennsylvania because they capitalize it. They capitalize the University of Pennsylvania. If they were someone that was actually pissed and wanted to do harm, they wouldn't show reverence towards the school that they hacked. They're trying to, okay, to be quite frank, this wasn't me. I'm sure someone out there is like, did she hack the system? And I'm like, bro, if I hacked it, I would tell y'all. Like, I don't hide anything. Okay, I'm just trying to demonstrate. This is part of my scammer story, or how I befriended a scammer. Because honestly, I would love for this person to reach out to me, and I tried to get them to communicate with me because I was so impressed by them and I wanted to hear their life story. And they haven't responded yet. See, no one accepts my invitations. Oh, okay. Here, let me show too. This is extraordinary. They've got the symbol, everything. And even the university. Look, the address came from within the organization. The university even released publications, news things, saying that, hey, yes, we have been compromised. We're working with the FBI. We're doing all this and that to find out this. I said, y'all should be saying, hey, thank you so much for whoever this is, because we love innovating our system. We love testing thresholds. That is why we are University of Pennsylvania. That is why we bear the symbol of where Ben Franklin, a founding father, helped found us, because we love innovation. We seek it out. Thank you. Thank you for letting us become aware of how we can innovate and help the totality of humanity become better. But instead, they had fear-driven behavior. Because whoever this is, they're obviously a student or someone associated with this prestigious university. Imagine, right? Whoever this human is, a human is behind this. A human is behind every AI. A human is behind every creation. Everything that humans have created. This scam, whatever this occurred, this human, for some reason, they loved this university. They viewed it in high regard, and they probably put significant effort towards trying to get into this university. Okay? And I assume that whoever this human is, they suffered a severe disappointment or embarrassment or shame because of something that they attribute to the university. Does everyone understand how this could occur? Someone out there, right, that have labels associated with them because of things that they said. We have terrible security practices and are completely unmeritocratic, meaning they reward people based on labels and not by effort. And they're demonstrating it by showing that. I bet they're in the comp sci department or something like that. Something associated with computers or electrical engineering, whatever. Someone that's fluent, someone that's brilliant, a savant is amongst you that probably got a bad grade or was misunderstood by something amazing they created by a teacher. That's why they said we have terrible security practice and are completely unmeritocratic. They utilize that term because they earned something based on their efforts. However, they weren't given merit for it. They weren't recognized for it. So they're like, do you want to see what I can do? I will show you how flawed your learning curriculum is by giving you a live demonstration of what I tried to help you guys perceive. Okay, this is why they said, and again, I'm assuming that this person actually came from a well-off background. Someone that perhaps parents would be alumni, or someone that came from a background or a status symbol, a label that was deemed actually, this can go multiple ways, because it says we hire and admit morons because we love legacies. So I don't actually think they're associated with an alumni. This is a person, this is an underprivileged person because of what they said. This is someone that got here on their own merit. This is someone that came from an underprivileged community that worked their butt off and got in, and this is how they're being treated, and they're fed up. They've reached their limit, whoever this is. We hire and admit morons because we love legacies. So they've personally experienced within their immersion into the University of Pennsylvania, they have, what's it called? They've had experiences with people that come from legacy backgrounds. People that are, what are they called? Grandfathered in, whatever. Everyone's aware of someone that rides on the coattails of others. This person has seen those people and said, you guys aren't even qualified to be here. You guys don't even live up to the significance and magnificence of this institution. I came from nothing. I might have been an immigrant. I might have been a first generation. I might have been in a different country of what is perceived, but I was a human that came from nothing. And this place became my source of dream to become better. And now that I'm here and I'm perceiving the people that take it for granted, and I've become perturbed. I'm like, you guys not see how magnificent this place is. This is what they're trying to say. We hire and admit morons because we love legacies. They don't care about the efforts of people that worked hard and value the reputation and legacy and the reputation or the prestige of what Ivy Leagues stand for. So that's why they point that out. Everyone's aware of it. There's been multiple scandals. People have gone to jail for this. Of behind the scenes things that have occurred because of labels. The Good Old Boys Club. I've revealed certain things about that. We hire and admit morons because we love legacies, donors, and unqualified affirmative action admits. Donors, who doesn't love money? Or organs, whatever. I'm unsure what they're talking about there. To be quite frank, I don't think they're talking about human organs. That's a different parable that I could tell. Ooh, maybe I'll do that whimsy story later. It involves China. Not my words, again. And unqualified affirmative action admits. That shows that yes, they like affirmative action. However, because affirmative action is a methodology in place that allows people that were once overlooked to at least have a chance to sit at the table, to at least have a chance to be led to water, to at least have a chance to knock on the door, right? You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. Affirmative action allows water to even be available, allows people from underprivileged backgrounds to even be aware that the water is an opportunity. That's the purpose of affirmative action. So this person recognizes, yes, I'm thankful for affirmative action. However, the process is flawed. That's what they call unqualified affirmative action admits. The whole process is flawed because, to be quite frank, even this person can't perceive the human behind the humans. They're frustrated with humanity. They're frustrated with the thresholds of what society and modern world has become. And this person has launched a signal flare that coincidentally, I graduated from the University of Pennsylvania, and coincidentally, I'm making this video, and I coincidentally actually happen to befriend a scammer. So now whenever I receive a scam email, depending on the level of effort behind the scam, it invokes my curiosity. And this is worth being acknowledged, because whoever this is trying to promote a very realistic and deep impact to spread good news, and it's being misinterpreted. Okay. Talked about that, and maybe, like, again, if they want to find who this person is, because they obviously want to be anonymous for a reason. Why do people want to be anonymous? Because they're afraid of retaliation, because they have no one that is capable of explaining their actions. This is a huge... Penn should be thanking this person, honestly, for helping them expose the thresholds of their own ignorance and arrogance. That's synonymous with innovation and discovery. if perceived properly. Okay. We love breaking federal laws like FERPA. All your data will be leaked. So to me here, perhaps they were trying to go for a fear-driven attack, right? If you guys do not innovate, if you guys do not stop, if you guys do not halt what you're doing, everything that is hidden in plain sight will no longer be hidden in plain sight. It will become a leak. It's kind of like the Epstein files. Everyone keeps being like, release the Epstein files. And I'm like, y'all, the Epstein files are hidden in plain sight. You just gotta understand where to perceive it. You don't have to actually literally have a document to read. You just need to be able to perceive existence. Anyways, we love breaking federal laws like FERPA. All your data will be leaked. They're trying to threaten the system again. They're trying to use fear. They're trying to utilize fear to provoke change, innovation. And again, I'm speaking to their subconscious. This is their subconscious motivated actions. For those that desire justice or to seek vengeance, I have no idea. Look for, like, go unconscious. Go on your surface level and do whatever you want with it. And we love breaking federal laws and Supreme Court rulings like SFFA. I have no idea what that means. But again, they're trying to utilize and trying to bring awareness to, hey, there are written policies in place, and I have physical proof that this university goes against written policies that supersede this university's policies. And like, to be quite frank, if you want to get into the nuances of words and language, right? Humans agreed on the meaning of things, right? People are watching these videos and understand what I'm saying and articulating because there is a generalized and universal agreement that these words and these sounds that I'm making have meaning. If I started speaking Chinese, Japanese, Korean, whatever other language, and you didn't speak or you weren't familiar with those movement patterns, you would be like, I'm not going to watch this because I don't understand it. Okay. So it's ironic that when these arguments and these misunderstandings arise, it's because on the foundational level, everyone agreed that all the symbols and the sounds that we're creating have meaning. Because I can talk gibberish, right? What are people that are diagnosed with the labels? What are people that are given the labels of like mental health disorders that are severe and catastrophic and put into institutions because they're deemed scary or whatever it is? The language they utilize, right? The symbolism they utilize, the words they utilize, the sounds they create are not understood. And so people get scared and run away. What would happen? Did I already finish this? No, not yet. Does everyone perceive how articulation and explaining yourself is important? Because when it's not explained well or understood well, misunderstanding propagates, and people are afraid of that. People are afraid of the unknown. And so this person is trying to invoke a state of fear, being like, we love breaking federal laws like FERPA. Again, they're trying to highlight that this prestigious university is going against words that are made up. Because again, like, if this was written in ancient hieroglyphics or an undiscovered language, if you didn't speak English, you would be like, this person, this isn't relevant to me. I'm not going to listen to it. So this video that I'm even creating right now is all technically based on delusion and irrationality, because none of it exists unless we all agree that it exists. Same thing as words. The meanings that we assign to movement patterns, we all agree that language is a movement pattern, or at least the description of movement patterns that we all agreed to utilize so we're not in isolated zones of misunderstanding and isolation by ourselves. This invokes like the Tower of Babel vibes, right? When the concept of God came down and made all these different languages in humanity because everyone was just feeling the same vibes, speaking the same thing. And when everyone agrees upon it, right? How many people agreed upon the utilization of the human language? How many humans agreed upon utilizing the symbols and sounds that are associated with the concept of English? How many people utilize that to spread violence and misunderstanding? Does everyone can perceive how understanding, we all agreed to use English, how agreement is the foundation for disagreement to arise? Okay. I'm going to end this video here because this went on a whimsy tangent. I was never even meaning to bring up this this scam, because this isn't even the scammer that I'm talking about. But this was a very impressive scam. Actually, I don't even know if this is considered a scam. Whatever this is considered, right? Whenever I receive an email that is fraudulent or labeled as scam, I look at it because I want to see what type of creativity and imagination humans out there are provoking. This human is brilliant, although they're not fully aware of the depths of what perhaps they're promoting, because obviously on the surface level they suffered something again, right? If the FBI is looking for some type of profile, you're definitely dealing with an affirmative action type labeled student that is within your system, or a recent graduate that feels perturbed by something associated with the actions of the university or the Ivy League or something going on in the world. Okay? I don't know how else to articulate that. You're dealing with someone that is clearly a brilliant human. But I would argue, based on context clues, there's still an active student involved with the university. And the people they hacked, whatever email addresses they utilized, that came from certain individual accounts. Look at the history, look at the life experiences, look at whatever has occurred recently in those people's, those humans' lives that are associated with the university. Because I guarantee you're going to find a trail of some sort of interaction with this particular human that suffered a significant misunderstanding on behalf of the university. And then it's going to get tricky because the university and the FBI are going to be like, well, they have a point here. We love breaking federal laws like FERPA. It's like, bro, University of Pennsylvania, like, so this person has a point. They found some stuff that doesn't look good. So how do we want to handle this? And if they ever make that person that spoke out a scapegoat, I hope someone contacts me to make a video or articulate myself. Because to be quite frank, the legal system, y'all, oh no. If you want to argue legality and logic, let's just say the Supreme Court is going to have issues if they ever decide to try to, I don't know. I'm so excited for my immersion into the legal system. Let's just say that. Especially for someone that understands and grasps the nuances of words and meaning. I love utilizing policy and literal rules and historical moments and context to articulate myself and articulate the actions of others. Anyways, this isn't even the scammer I befriended, y'all. Ugh. Okay. Let me end this, because I'm going to make this again. I said I was going to keep my episodes between 30 and 45, 30 to an hour. I thought 45 was a sweet spot, but I'm going to end it here. Part 2 is coming your way. Peace be with you.